To Caleb's basketball pod for this episode. Just going to go around the NBA. Still kind of early on in the season, only a couple weeks in. But this episode, I'm going to go kind of around mostly Western Conference, since I've been talking about teams like Sixers, Bucks, Cavs, Celtics, teams like that, the Knicks. We're kind of going to stick with the Western Conference for this round of the pod. We're going to talk about, let's start with the Golden State Warriors Dallas Mavericks game last night, where we seen Klay Thompson's return to Golden State. That was a big game, really good game. We saw Klay Thompson put up 22 in his return, but ultimately we saw Steph Curry hit the dagger and say nighty-night to his former teammate Klay Thompson and the Dallas Mavericks. We had a huge game from Luka Doncic as well. But this is something I talked about a little bit on the last episode, and because of that, I'm not going to go too deep into it. But I do want to just talk about, Dallas still can't close. There's a problem that the Dallas Mavericks just can't close teams out right now, and they should be able to close teams out. They're a good enough team, and especially when you add Klay Thompson, offense should be where you can thrive. Offense should be where you close these teams out. But you still, in these final minutes, these clutch games, you're not closing teams out. You have Kyrie Irving, Luka Doncic, like I mentioned. You had a huge game from Luka last night. The game, couple games back, you had a 40-some point game from Kyrie Irving against the Denver Nuggets, and we still can't close anyone out. There's questions there. There's questions of offense may be okay, offense may be fine, but where's the defense at? I know Derek Lively just returned last night after missing a few games with a shoulder injury. But he's not all of your defense, he's part of it. But whereas guys like, I know PJ Washington's been on and off the injury list, but it goes back to, like I said, losing Derek Jones Jr., that length, that ability to defend wings. Now you're struggling to defend wings, and now you're losing to guys that are just hitting big shots in the clutch, or the inability to switch on Steph when he took Derek Lively on the switch and made his move and score. You don't have that defense right now. And a team with Klay, Kyrie, and Luka should not be struggling to finish teams in the clutch. So that's one point I want to make. Another point I want to go to the Lakers. I want to talk about this. I want to talk about Bronny James being put in the G League. Okay, that's fine if you ask me. But if you want to improve, you don't take special treatments. I don't know if the special treatment's coming from what his dad wants, what the Lakers want with Bronny themselves, or what Bronny wants. But either way, if you're Bronny, you have to tell them, I don't want special treatment. He's only playing home games, home G League games, and he's not good. But yet you're only going to play home G League games, and you're not even a good player. So either you're okay with not working on your craft, because a ton of guys have came up through the G League playing home and away games and becoming better and working their way to the league. You don't have that work ethic in you. That's obvious. So you would tell the Lakers, I want to play every G League game. You put me in the G League game, I want to perfect my craft, and I want to be on the team. But by being on the team, you have to make your way through it. Right now, you're not part of that G League team. No more than you're part of the Lakers. If you only play home games, you're not part of them. They don't look at you as a brother. They don't look at you as a part of their team because you're only playing on special occasions. What, you think you're better than them? And you aren't. Basketball playing wise, you sure aren't better than them. I mean, that's very obvious. I'm not sure if there's anyone G League or NBA currently Bronny James is better than right now. It'd be tough to find someone that may be out there. But I'm talking professional basketball player wise. Is there anyone he's better than? And now you're taking special treatment, and I'm not saying he asked for it, but you're taking it because you didn't turn it down. So I mean, it goes back to the same thing. Do you want it bad enough? If you want it bad enough, you have to show people you want it bad enough. Taking special treatment, in my opinion, just not wanting it bad enough. If it were me, I'd be playing in every game possible because I'd want to get better. I wouldn't care what LeBron said. I wouldn't care what the Lakers said. I would be like, no, play me in every game. If I'm a part of that team, I'm a part of that team. That's how I'd be doing it. Now, I'd work my way up to the top of that team, but that's not in Bronny. You can tell that's not in Bronny. can tell just the urgency, the care level, it's not there. He does not want to be the best. Like someone wants to be the best, you can tell. But that's just my take. I may be wrong, but from the outside looking in, that's what I'm seeing. Let's hit one more Western Conference team. There's another team I want to talk about, and that's the Denver Nuggets. I don't know what happened, but something happened, and maybe it's Jokic taking over the locker room or something like that. But besides the fact of Nikola Jokic going off and leading the league, like one of the top in scoring, number 2 in rebounds, and one of the top in assists. I mean, this guy's doing y'all. I would not be surprised. I had my MVP rankings like maybe a week or so ago. I'd even have Jokic on the list at this point. I would not be surprised if we saw another Nikola Jokic MVP award. This man is playing at a level that no one's even close to reaching. And to be honest, it's hard to say he's not the best player in the whole NBA. It's just my opinion, but just everything he does everything for a basketball team. And they are a championship contender because of Nikola Jokic right now. But you're getting really good play from Jamal Murray finally. You're getting good play from Michael Porter Jr. finally. So guys are catching up, but still, Jokic is just doing the Nikola Jokic thing, being the Joker and dominating the NBA. And Denver's on a nice low streak. And they're rising up in the NBA rankings. So it's interesting to see where they go from here. Something else I do want to say, like, it's for the Boston Celtics. When you're the NBA champions, every game, everyone wants your head, so to speak. They're coming at you. They want to slay the giant. They want to slay the monster. They want to slay the NBA champion and show, hey, I could be an NBA champion. I took out the NBA champions. You versed an Atlanta team yesterday in Boston, the first game of the Cup in your group. And they had no Trae Young, and they beat you by a point in your arena. Like, you can't allow that, Boston. You have to know every single night you have to give maximum effort because everybody wants you. Everybody wants to take you down. And you go out and you lay an egg against the Atlanta Hawks in Boston and you drop it? No. Like, come on, championship level team, you talk about wanting to get back there. I need to see more from you guys if you want to get back there. It's just one game, but I need focus. I need focus on another level to be champions. So it'll be interesting to see where they go from here. I think they need to turn the level of play up. And I know they're missing Kristaps Porzingis. They miss Porzingis a lot in the playoffs too, and they still got the job done. So I need that same Boston Celtics if I'm going to believe they're repeating like they're claiming. That's all they're focused on. Let's go to our pick of the day here. We're going to go over Memphis Grizzlies at the Los Angeles Lakers. We have the Lakers at -7.5. I'm going to take the Lakers on this one. And I'm going over the point total of 228.5. So interesting to see that game tonight. I don't believe John Morant's going to play. He's been missing games with injuries, but interesting to see the Lakers. They lost Jackson Hayes for like 2 weeks with an ankle sprain. And you can tell there's bad blood there between Memphis and Los Angeles. So should be an interesting game. Should be scrappy, physical. And I'm looking forward to seeing it. I'll see you on Friday. I'm going to come up with a little something different to do on Friday. Whether it's a game I'll play on here or something. But I'd like to get some guests on here. Maybe some people that's already been on. Maybe some new guests, either or. But we need to make this more of an interesting, deep conversation basketball talk for you guys. That's what I want to do with this pod. And that's what I feel like would be better done if I had someone else talking to, and we could get some real deep basketball combos out there. So we're going to keep going, and we're going to figure this out and try to make this more entertaining for you guys. I need work on that. And it's something I'm going to work really hard on because I take this really serious, and I do want to make this the best basketball pod, talking deep basketball conversations since, in my opinion, the Old Man in the Three, JJ Redick's podcast. So yep, we're coming for that title, and we're going to get some more deep basketball combos coming up on here. So stay tuned.